Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at and reacting to the gameplay showcase number 2 from Hogwarts Legacy. I'm hoping we get to see a lot of Broom Flight. That is my favorite, and maybe potential some Mount Flight. Like I'm very curious about the Broom Flights, but whew, am I going to be spending a lot more hours riding the Hippogriff mounts and the Thestral mounts and whatever other kind of mounts that they allow us to do. As always, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, helps me out a ton, and subscribe if you haven't already, as we'll be covering more content with Hogwarts Legacy as we get closer to the release date. And with that, let's get into the video. All the memorabilia from last time, love to see it. So pumped for this. We're gonna have some broom flying, room of requirement stuff, and some more advanced combat. See some ancient spells.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay Showcase. I'm Chandler Wood,
Chandler.
Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and I'm honored to introduce you to our panel today. First up, we have community guest host, Ben Snow.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Thank you so much for having me.
And from the Avalanche team, we have game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everybody.
And systems designer, Mackenzie Toner.
Hi.
And finally, just off screen capturing gameplay for
Hufflepuff.
us, Andrew Corum. Today we'll be giving you a taste of the open world via Broom Flight, a deeper look at combat using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, and a look at your personalizable home within Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement, where we may.
It's a nice jacket Chandler's got on. It's pretty small.
And we're starting right where we left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside Hogwarts, which I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything, and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world.
Yeah.
And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just being able to hop on the broom and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the sensation
There's no indicator right
being
now.
Open to you.
To
And
just launch the broom, so it's
I love
just
the
wrapped to
proximity that I
something.
can get to things. I love flying close to the ground, and I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration, but because they're not just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, we're not at the 3,000 yet. We're at the 11. So.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so speechless right now because this is just so beautiful. The world just looks so. By the way, the broom, is that like the only one, or can you like upgrade that broom to go faster?
Yeah, so we have a shop
Multiple
in
brooms.
Hogsmeade, actually a broom shop. And so
Broom
that
shop.
sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could customize themselves based on their own aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you talk to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell upgrades.
Yeah, and those upgrades will make it so that where normally the broom, you can only fly, you can only go at max speed. It's kind of like a turbo meter down there. You can only go at max speed
boost
without
meter.
the meter going down, kind of closer to the ground. And as you raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so those upgrades will allow you to increase that distance from the ground. And the broom owner at the sporting goods store in Hogsmeade is trying to perfect the broom and get better at it and know it better. And you can participate that and get better and better brooms through that.
I see.
Okay.
I love that mechanic encourages you to actually explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground. It's not just a travel mechanic, point A to point B. You're not just flying.
So the meter limits how high you can go
It's beautiful, something
until
I
you
really
upgrade
love
it
doing,
further.
as well, there's lots to explore on the ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground level.
And to me, it feels like it's got this kind of
so it seems like he sped up there, but it didn't do anything to the
I'm
boost
just
meter.
like, I want to snatch the controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the mountaintop, I want to go to that forest, and to that hamlet, or
Go everywhere. Andrew, just keep exploring.
No, it's awesome. We're actually gonna land here, and I feel like that you call it a hamlet is just perfect, just because that's what we refer to it as. And so we all know from lore that Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village within Britain.
Just hop off
but
like
we
that.
wanted other opportunities to kind of meet other characters out here
That's
and kind of populate
amazing.
the landscape, so it's not just kind of barren as you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just imagine these different dwellings, these
French
different
horn.
smaller locations.
My wife's gonna love that.
that wizards might live in
It's her
out
instrument
in the
of choice.
Scottish Highlands. And so
Yep.
it's those, and
Nice.
so we refer to those as hamlets, and they're opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations.
All right, let's
have
get a
kind of
currency
blended
analysis.
with
Tips
what their
are worth
relationships
10
are with
gold
characters
coin.
in Hogsmeade and Hogwarts.
Or whatever they
And
call
so
it, like
they're
nuts.
both quest opportunities
Galleons?
out here, and a chance to kind of get to know more of the area, even beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade that we've already experienced. And you also notice on the mini-map, like lots of little icons, and each one of those represent gameplay in the hamlets that you can participate in. Whether it's a vendor or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets.
All our
that
map
exist.
locations there.
Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out into the open world as well. So when you go out into the open world and you see those icons, whether they're on the mini-map or on your map or off in the distance, those things are opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity. They're puzzles left behind by old wizards, that you can solve that actually
Old
grant you
wizards.
those. If you see ruins off in the distance and you visit them, you might find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic. And as you kind of encounter different enemies dotted on the landscape,
that chair is highlighted.
sometimes those characters,
Butterbeer icon.
poachers or dark
Do it.
wizards, might be hoarding
Yeah.
different magical resources that are valuable to you as you're playing the game. So each one has kind of like a way to connect to it.
So we're a thief in this game. We just drink the butterbeer without paying. Okay.
I mean, I ran away when I want to just cover all of those points on the map just by going over there.
Well, we've flown on a broom already, but there is something that we haven't done so far, and that is getting on our flying mount. We're gonna hop on our Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, there he just like pops out of the...
It's Dark
the
Beak.
back. Oh wait, you can use it as a horsey? I mean, a horse. I mean, a horse?
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a ground mount, and you can lift up into the air. And we try to make sure that each of those interactions, so the broom's really
Forget
good
the
at
broom.
that top speed,
Nope.
at kind of traveling the world.
Just gonna be
as
riding
quickly as
this.
possible. But sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff because of that ground speed or those transitions.
So there's no
and
boost meter.
Sometimes it just feels amazing just to be riding around on a hippogriff.
So how high can you go then if there's no boost
it really
meter
is
then?
kind of like, I don't know, it's a great feeling being on it. And it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly and just being able to go wherever you want. And we
The
try to make sure
wings
that
flapping in the wind.
Each one of these things that you can interact with have a unique identity and a reason.
Tool wheel. These will be dealing with higher level combat
And,
situations.
oh my god,
Combat
like,
plants
I
and
see, like,
potions
different,
can
like,
give you an advantage
areas,
against
like
tougher
a
enemies.
Swampy area. By the way, can you go to like entire
Levitate a
map anywhere you go?
dug
There are regions
by
that are
its
like
tongue.
blocked from you?
Yeah,
or,
as soon as you, there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of
how it got
Hogwarts as a student,
darker,
and
too.
right from that moment, early on in the game, you can
When
go
he
wherever
entered
you
the
want.
bog.
And so you might find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned the swamp. But we have
You can
got,
hear it in
like,
the background
coasts,
too,
and we've got
ambient
different
sounds
types
of like
environments
creatures.
out in the world, just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you
Look
for
at
exploring,
that.
keep things fresh. All those things exist as we're moving around.
Permission to
I love
do a
that
flyby.
windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it's part of it.
Yeah, I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what this world looks like, covered in snow.
Yes!
Yes, please. I love snow.
Let's get the winter. Please.
Oh, baby.
Time to hack. Winter.
This is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. Okay, it looks so realistic. Oh my god. It
Oh, this
changes
is
the landscape, like,
amazing. I like the
completely. Oh my god. Does it have,
bluish
like,
hue to it all too.
actual, like gameplay impact, like impact on the gameplay, or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Yeah, we use it. We really use it as a narrative marker through the game. So as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important for us.
It'll be nice to watch this in 4K
have
after.
those moments that kind of
you can definitely tell it's
like
tending to be compressed a little.
Watching the movies where you'll see kind of like the title card winter and how the landscape has changed and you're really feeling that passage of
through
time
that
while
cliffside,
you're going through your
right above the river.
I think we wanted to duplicate that.
I'm gonna spend hours just flying
on the outside, which I agree. I think it looked really beautiful. But
look at the shadow on the ground too.
There are moments like whenever you
nice, excellent detail.
Like where Hogsmeade reacts to holidays and the school reacts to holidays, and you see the decorations around those environments change.
Yes, everything really reacting to the different seasons.
Feel like I'm there.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not just for the seasons. Those
Feed an enemy with
things,
a Chinese chomping cabbage.
Like
that
we
looks
have
familiar.
A day-night cycle, and that day-night cycle. Even though similarly, like it's largely about vibe, when you go into Hogsmeade in the evening, there's less characters there. Around the school, you'll notice it kind of dies down and quiets down. When there's candlelight and students kind of like as you're walking through the halls. Wow. But in that day-night cycle,
I wonder if you have to press forward
a few
while flying here, or is it just like auto fly? You just control the direction you're flying, up and down and such.
And I love Andrew's flying up here, really high up on the Hippogriff.
That's just so cool.
We're just looking at this view of Hogwarts in the distance. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's part of what I love most about flying around in this game, whether it's on a Hippogriff or on the Broom.
No, I mean, you talk about going anywhere and things that you can see in the distance, and that's one of my... I still can't get over, like, no matter...
It's like you entered a battle
so
scene.
Much, but I still can't get over the fact that I can see Hogwarts out there, and there's just something beautiful about knowing that.
And this is the PS5 dev kit, but the draw distances are looking good.
The professors, all the places I can go, I can just fly my Hippogriff, land in the courtyard, enter the front doors, and just walk through the library.
Still, as I said, a little compressed from YouTube.
My common room, that it's all contiguous.
Those wolves?
Kind of like
nice.
One space is still
interrupted charging mongrel.
I mean, I'm just.
So is that what that was then, maybe?
Just absolutely beautiful. It's just. Oh my God.
Look at this, just
we want to
flying
spend
across
a lot more
the
time
lake.
out here, just flying around, experiencing the world.
Wow.
I think this is a great opportunity to switch over to combat. And last time we gave you kind of a
Okay, I'm just gonna be rewatching that scene
really go,
for a while,
a deep dive
so I can get my hands on it.
Using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, which is part of our deluxe edition. All right, Andrew's got us in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark Arts Battle Arena is. Which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. I
Dark Arts in the Forbidden Forest
Arena is actually part of the world. It's integrated into the world, so your experience is more immersive than just choosing an option from the main menu of the game or something like that.
A reason to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Exactly. There are many reasons to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Ah, nice. Okay.
He's also wearing the Dark Arts.
You can't just enter it. You have to go to the Forbidden Forest to enter the arena.
Here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is part of that Dark Arts pack from the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. So we're going full Dark Arts here.
This is the dream that's now becoming a reality.
But I like this this battle arena. It is a great place to show off really combat in a big way because it unlocks.
Also, side note, spoiler:
abilities for
our
you
character
and
is seen
allows
deaf
you
because we can see the
really play
Thestral.
around with combat in a deep way.
And is this like the only arena
North
like this
Hogwarts
in the game where you
region.
can like practice? And
Yeah,
do...
so in the base game we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through
Multiple battle
waves
arenas.
in order to earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection.
Okay.
In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's also true, the combat arena. But
Imperio and Crucius was the blasting
one of
curse
the things that we're excited
confringo.
about in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that people can do is
so that red icon
with
in the teaser for this showcase was
the
confringo.
unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices in order to kind of like add it onto their repertoire.
There's a little sneak peek at the menu for it.
With certain talents and things like that. When you
to like
when you
reassign
play the
your
Dark Arts
spells.
Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not
Minecraft Hogwarts Legacy Edition.
Kind of want to go there. But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
And again, a great place for us to show off combat in general. So
we got
we're gonna jump
Imperio,
in here and
Crucio at the bottom, and Avada Kedavra on the right.
Talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right.
Avada Kedavra.
Oh, they just Avada Kedavra's right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Crucio.
Was that Crucio? Oh my god. That's so
Imperio.
cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations. You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
a little
kind of
cooldown.
build up as a way to kind of deal with its extreme power, just so that it's still fun to use. And then there's some
much longer
some ways
cooldowns
that
for the
we'll probably talk about
unforgivables.
to adjust that. But I don't know. I don't know if there are things on the screen that you just have questions about.
Well, like I see like little blue things popping from the enemies. Also, like that sign, well, it's like, so in the community we call it the ancient magic sign. I don't know if that's how it's called in the game.
So the community is astute. So on the development side and in player facing in the game, we reference that as your ancient magic meter.
Ancient magic meter.
So it is
Called
ancient
it.
magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of mystery and your own abilities, you start unlocking new powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
Okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very
L1,
devastating
R1
and powerful
at the same time.
ancient magic spell to do a ton of damage against the character.
I see.
And
Makes sense.
the way that manifests itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting.
It's like the
and you'll see a
combo
wide
for
variety of
Rage and
enemies
God of
here
War.
that are pressuring the player in different ways. You'll notice there's abilities
Just
that kind of bubble up under the player
destroyed.
as he's fighting that force him to move. And there's
So he
different ways that you
Imperio'd
want the
that
player
one.
to kind of move around on the battlefield.
So now that one
And
should
that's actually a good link to the
like,
ancient magic
attack
meter
others.
in general. And the reason why I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're Portegoing and you're doing different abilities, and you can kind of spec into it with your talents.
Yeah, you
There's
can hear
different ways to
fighting in
get
the
that meter
background.
to build faster and faster.
The
But
Imperio.
one of the most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can
there he
launch
is.
these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost like your emotions are building up, and then basically that builds up enough that you can attack someone. But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone, and a piece of their magic kind of falls out of them. You'll see these blue orbs in the game world, and there's something that only you can see in the narrative, in the world. And it's another reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic meter as we're playing.
Okay.
We're talking a lot about spells and magic here.
He
but I
almost
think
has a
there's
fill.
another
Okay, he has 1 meter
key
full.
component of combat, and
Do
that
it.
is the tools that you can bring to
No.
combat as well to kind of
Okay.
change the way you play.
Oh, 1 R1.
And I think Mackenzie
There it is.
knows a lot about what's
turned
going on
it
with the
into
plants and
Yeah.
potions.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the Room of Requirement to combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin.
So that's the
This,
one
like,
currently
rocky
visible
material that,
on the left.
reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against
Cool.
big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls, that's super helpful.
Oh my god, she's just destroying.
And it's
Control
dead.
Just collapsed from one of the Kedavra.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenweld potion as well, which increases your health. And then we have the Focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a Focus potion, and that will increase how
that?
quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god, there's just so much like versatility, like in what the character is doing to the troll right now.
It was like our
He's
potion
bouncing
menu
around
swapping.
around the arena. He's like not, and the troll makes him move around too.
Okay.
And I love that our plants are violent.
And it automatically
Yes,
recharges.
And so that's like,
It
when we're
looks like
talking
it
about the-
recharges
almost the,
faster than I thought,
setup of
though.
the arena. You also have
Might just be for
plants
this
that you can
arena,
fight
though.
with. And so we have things like the venomous tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it just kind of shoots enemies around the battlefield.
That is so cool. This is like a truly like Hufflepuff.
Launching a
and
plant
like,
turret.
The battle. Yes.
Help you in
Yeah,
battle.
super
That's cool.
important to us. So there were these like multiple ways, and so you can see there's a ton of different things you can use. The Mandrake is one, so you can pull it out and it stuns with its like piercing cry these enemies in a radius.
And another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my
It's a bunch of challenges while you're facing them.
And so this is a way to, if you want to get stuck in your style, go for it. If you just want to blast people with spells, go for it.
Ancient magic.
We also want to have some things over here that may make you use certain plants or certain potions.
Okay. That just basically disintegrated him. Okay.
In the prior stream, and the field guide challenges, this is the way that the field guide manifests like challenges for you to do.
Isn't that what Reducto does, though?
We just wanted a way
I don't know. I
encourage
might be
players
mistaken there.
to explore the different systems, to help them decide, to just kind of practice with them and explore what they want to do, because there really are so many different ways that you can push talents. When you see the green X's on characters,
Totalis does.
Kind of, through your talents, you can unlock this kind of cursing mechanic that sort of like links the fates of these different characters on the battlefield. That way, as you get as you're cursing different characters, they all begin sharing damage. And so we have things like Avada Kedavra, which is the insta-kill. But if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate.
You curse multiple enemies, then Avada Kedavra 1, and it all affects.
There's fantasies
them all.
about being more of a defense against the dark arts characters, things like that misty step that you see.
Not sure about killing them, but it does a lot of damage to them, it seems.
And we can also spec into our
like the green X's there.
More powerful and more efficacious. So it's all about which type of player you feel like you are and whether or not you want to play with prep.
Yeah, that one was Imperioed, so it attacked its own other friend.
And those are all different options.
That is so cool because like it's like I see so much like going on the stream, just so much complexity, and I want to just try it myself, like which style works best. I mean, I feel like it's the dark arts is going to be the
easiest. This game!
That ancient magic
gonna be fun.
Feels like much more powerful than just.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of plants and potions, we're going to be putting the dark arts away, put those unforgivable curses away.
All right, room of requirement,
which is your home within Hogwarts, a personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to
impression right now in the video is not good, but
and also care for some beasts. All right, Andrew's got us in the room of requirement, wearing, we kind of went
so those are those
mode on the outfit here, wearing a nice
room of
jumper.
requirement specific spells, maybe.
And I think that's a good jumping off point
Jump.
For the personalization of the space as well, not just your character and the visuals of your character, but actually this space is a place that you can make your own.
So making your own robes,
it was
maybe?
super important to us that this space really did feel like
knitting
your
machine?
reflection as a wizard. So you can change the
4 minutes,
architecture
22
in
seconds.
here.
Something's brewing.
Different themes throughout, starkly different themes.
I'm sorry,
really
what?
just hammer home that this is yours.
Oh my God! What?
What is right?
We never expected that to be. Oh my God.
Okay,
not only can you
I
change
see
the
you.
architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and
Hogwarts home designer,
and just a bunch of
you heard it
things
here.
that really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness! Because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a.
Can I get
store?
a recliner?
Yeah, so we call
and
them
just
conjurations.
Just chill.
And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes
Moonstone
and Scrolls
20.
in Hogsmeade.
Okay, so we collected that, I guess.
But also, as you engage
Mechanical
in
chair.
different types of gameplay throughout the world,
Change
you'll be
color.
rewarded with different objects.
That's so cool.
Nice.
And you change color.
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my God! It's so tiny. It's like for baby.
You're gonna have a room
Niffler.
of tiny chairs.
And I love how the system too is designed. It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world.
What's
as
the
your
purpose of
character,
that? I
but
don't know, but I love
The way
it.
you blended like that gameplay with the immersive design of personalizing the
Oh my
space.
God! Like, and I love.
I
the
will say they
animation,
had
how it,
time
like,
for all of this
appears, you know,
little
like, it's
tiny
not
chair
just, like,
stuff,
there,
and
it's
they
like,
didn't add
it
wizard
opens
chests.
and operates.
It's really quite
Ah,
beautiful.
well,
That was
good
the thing.
about
So
it.
we wanted that to look really nice because the magic in the wizarding world is everywhere. It's physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. We really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you could change the look of those as well. And these are the areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing-based activities, this is also the space.
Never mind. You can move it.
Gear to be identified, and gear to have like traits put on it, which I believe Alan can talk to.
I wonder if there's a limit on how many of them
bring up appearance and,
you can like
and how it
fill the
looks
room with. Probably. You have to probably unlock more.
In the game, you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it.
You just like sell it for Moonstone?
And essentially, we just know that clothes and different items in the wizarding world can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you adventure and as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities, and that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard.
Wow.
And so,
it's a huge list.
It's got a little bit more in depth.
Whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there is a station inside of the Room of Requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Right, yeah, that's so cool.
That's that reminds me of like the Division, identifying your gear before you sell it.
Rooms, and you're going to get new recipes. You know, like Mackenzie's talking about. All these other things keep expanding, and as it expands, eventually you're going to earn
with the loom, and you put on them.
And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize.
I'm assuming you can take them off after, so you don't have to consume it.
And take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of
just discovered traits
or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look. So if you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
That's so cool. And like you just,
and it was like
you can
fur
just
that you needed. Yeah, puff skein fur.
That
requirement to weave it in.
And the appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really specific
legendary autumn jumper uniform
nicely with where you're trying to go with your
extraordinary
or talents
and superb
and things like that.
Interesting.
So those are different rarity levels already. Legendary, extraordinary, and superb confirmed.
Where does that come from?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this Vivarium. Kind of bigger space on the inside.
Okay.
And so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a Kneasel.
Man, that's big.
So quite a variety.
Oh my god, he's just like a
look at the mooncalf.
They're so
Oh, I want them all.
Oh my god, they're together. Oh, that's so cute.
They're
waddled.
Adorable. And so part of beast care is petting them as well, but feeding them too. And so once you do those things, that's when they feel safe enough that they'll
look at the spells.
Their magical
they changed too.
So mooncalf fur, niffler fur, etc. That can then be used in your gear.
That is like so like intuitive, because like you know that makes sense, because when you touch the animals you get some fur leftovers. That's so. Oh my god.
Yeah, and we really want to hammer home the fact that this is
so
like
you
a
raise
home
the
that
animals to gain the crafting materials from them.
You can find these beast dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing so is brushing them and feeding them food as well, and to build that relationship with your beast. In addition,
they
to
are
be able
showing
to care
off
for beasts,
so much good stuff.
You can actually conjure things in this space as well.
The house, the cottage.
Yeah, right.
What's the cat?
So we have like a lot of little ornaments.
I want to know the name of the cat.
And a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization.
Customize. Okay.
Oh my goodness, no, this is like, I'm gonna spend 8
Kneasel.
hours just designing this whole area to personalize. This is like cool.
Nice.
Like you have this little play area, like a
this is so cool.
fish tank, so to say. just for the creatures. I love it.
Yeah, no, totally. And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's also, we were saying inside as well, is there's a utility aspect to it too. So as
Just customize everything in this
game
area.
And you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them,
Beast
for example,
feeder.
is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feed. So you don't have
That's
to
full
do
of
it
toys.
manually. And so you're really building the progression for yourself.
Go in the cottage.
In addition,
Go
there's also
in
a
it.
toy box where you can play with your beasts.
Can you? Or is
You'll
it
see
just
here,
something
yeah.
you
So
place
can,
as like an
there's
object
a
similar to
bunch
that
of toys
arch?
in it, and each beast has their own favorite toy. So as you can imagine, the moon calf really likes the moon ball, or the Neasel as like a little cat really likes to chase the yarn ball as well.
Right.
And they're super cute.
Oh
It's
my
a
God.
big moon.
Watching them, it's so cute.
And the big thing we really want to
Oh,
hammer
that's
home
good. That's
is
good.
that the world is a dangerous place. And so by going and rescuing these beasts and bringing them back here and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
Right. Oh my God, this Raphorn is just gigantic. But he looks like my dog. Looking like my dog right now, for sure.
You can
Oh, it's so
actually
good.
name them as well.
Grab
so,
horns,
like your dog.
feed and brush this beast.
So getting back
Apologies
into
if I'm
that
talking a little bit more. It was
personalization,
pointed out in
you
my
know, yeah,
last
we
video,
didn't
which you can
want
watch
to just, like,
up
throw
here.
in, here's a grab
That
horn here, like,
just didn't have enough
this can
reactions, so
be
I'm adding
named
more this time
whatever
around.
Andrew's about to name them.
Bruce.
That's a good name.
Lovely name.
You know, we've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct? It's a different kind of aesthetics.
What are
and
those
looks
crystals
to
in the background,
where you're
too?
keeping
Yeah.
your beasts
Moonstone
and caring
collecting?
for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So
Heather bush.
as you progress through the story, you will unlock more
Gorse bush,
vivarium.
fern
So
bush,
as you can
shrub.
see, this one's quite meadow themed, big,
Oh,
open,
cool.
bright. But there's
I wanna
other
create
ones, say, like a
gigantic
swamp that you
plant
might
life.
encounter. And it's really a visual effect to and
And then
more
like
space
one
for-
section where it's
for
just
your
like a miniature
Oh, so
town.
it's like those
Mini-
when we're
mini
inside
trees,
of the
mini
environment, like
house.
on the left, there's that moon.
Everything mini.
Glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly
Make it for the Niffler. Make the
Oh, you
Niffler
put
sized
kids in here
town.
too. Oh my
Yes.
And another thing with the beast care that I think is great. I
wonder if there's a limit on the size.
To the same kind of thing
Like
that you did
small
with like the
and
broom,
large.
where the broom is not just a method of travel; it's actually built in and integrated into the world. In the same way, like
Can
beast
you
care
go
isn't
out
just
into this lake
this
here?
added element. You're not just throwing it on top. That's
What's the-
really
what's
just
the limit
like
here?
narrative and
Oh.
integration to.
Yeah,
Moonstone.
everything connects.
Got it.
So
Knew it.
progress through the mission.
Those must
you'll
like
expand the
recharge or
space.
something.
As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them to
Standing stone.
unlock the gameplay here and unlock new
Hippogriff
conjurations
statue?
and different things to play around with in the open
Oh.
world. It's in those
That-
different
That unicorn
in those
statue to
different
the right
environments, like the different
looks familiar
combat
from
and
in the
conflicts
castle.
and bandit camps and different things like that that exist in the overland. Those things are what hold recipes. that
physics
exist
too
in
of
the
it just
loom.
dropping.
So
That's
all
cool.
these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world. Forgeables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who
it does
Poppy
not-
is, and
Spotted that in the,
she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean,
Summer
I think
or fall
everything we're
ASMR
seeing
video?
Here, you're going to be venturing out into the world, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with beasts in that narrative. So you bringing up Poppy, there are more
in the
kind of
cottage.
mysteries to discover and things to discover around the world that have to do with her. and
Nah,
that
I
have
don't-
to
I don't
do
think
with
you can. It didn't look like it was
So
interactable.
different characters have their own
Just
have their own
movable.
stuff, that just kind of make this all just kind of like the beginning of your journey.
Love that animation of it
Well,
conjuring.
we could spend hours in here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think about what you've seen today?
I mean, I'm just so blown away by how
Keep going. Keep
how
going.
beautiful
Keep
it
going.
looks. The open world seems
Andrew,
so
hit the
detailed,
W
and
key.
There's so many things to do, and like the combat, we're gonna spend like 2 weeks or more just breaking it down by pieces. There's just so much to this world. Like I'm so happy you guys did this
Wow.
overall gameplay.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got more for you to discover and find on your own.
Ooh,
Thank
Gameplay
you
Showcase
so much
3
for being here.
coming
Thank
up.
you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy is available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with 72-hour early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital Deluxe Edition. We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you. Bye.
Ooh, little surprise. What is this? What is this? What is this? Ancient magic? Oh, Tom Riddle's diary? What? What was that? We're going into books now? What? Well, what a showcase. I will have to say that was top notch. Broom flying, so clean. The world looks amazing. Cannot wait to start flying through it. What a showcase. I'm gonna have to take this away and see what I can come up with, but wow, and wow. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, if you haven't seen the previous reaction to the gameplay showcase number 1, I'll put it up again right above. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll catch you all in the next one.